the first episode of 2025, we speak with Simon Albert, the Managing Director of Messe Frankfurt, regarding the up-and-coming Automechanika show. We also recently visited Autosport, where we talked with Rob Jaina of Silverstone Museum. We bring you exclusive interviews from the IAAF Conference back in December. There is a fascinating AI piece from Duckhams. It takes us back 125 years. We were recently invited to the press day at GSF, where we speak to two of the directors, including Steve Horn. And we also hear from Laser Tools. But first we talk to Simon Albert of Messe Frankfurt, where we ask what Motivate is all about.
Skills, the lack of talent joining the industry, and the lack of, upskilling within the industry to make yourselves ready for the future. It's a big challenge for everyone, for all of us here, and we need the independent aftermarket. So we, as Messe Frankfurt UK, are pulling an effort together to try to attract the talent of the future to come and see what the automotive aftermarket can offer, to inspire them so they can join our wonderful industry.
And where do you feel the shortfallings are? Because that's what you're going to be filling, the shortfallings. How are you going to achieve filling those gaps that nobody else has, to be honest, for a couple of years?
No, that's right. Well, it's been difficult. So what we aim to do is to put on something inspirational which shows those prospective employees, those students, those college students, those school pupils, what this industry can offer. So things like AI, how will that impact the industry? ADAS, all of the new technologies, what the industry will look like in 5, 10, 15 years time. So it needs to be something different. They can come to Automechanika and they can see what's happening in the industry at the moment or in the next 12 months. But what Motivate is about much more forward thinking and inspiring them to want to see what the industry offers.
And I think that's the key, isn't it? Is that we need solutions now. That's obvious, but it's how you get those solutions, and it's not by dragging people there. We need to inspire them to want to be involved, don't we?
Yeah, totally right. They've got to think of, what's different about this industry and why they should do that rather than something else. So it absolutely needs to be, and there's so much out there. But I think that a lot of people don't understand that cars now are like mini computers. And actually, if they can see it and touch it and be inspired by people talking about it in the industry, then hopefully that attracts them into it.
We need the industry's help.
Absolutely right. Look, everybody could do their own thing, but together we're a lot stronger if we all contribute. So if we do a team, consolidated effort, and everyone contributes in some way, whether that's be financially or their ideas, then I think we could put something really compelling on to attract that talent into the industry.
Rob, what a privilege from Silverstone Museum. Tell us about your role.
Yeah, so I have two roles at the museum. First one, the one that everyone wants to know lots and lots about, is the fact that I have the responsibility of sourcing the cars and the bikes for the museum. So keeping the museum fresh with some epic Formula One cars and bikes that really not only grab people's attention but also resonate. So there's lots of people that kind of love to come to the museum and think, oh, my dad had one of them, my granddad had one of those, and they're racing cars though. So we've got things like Lotus Cortinas that people have been and seen, and they remember them as a family car going on trips with the dog in the back and things like that. And yet the one we've got is an epic race one. And then we've got those Formula One cars, the ones that people love to see. Nigel Mansell's FW14B, Jenson Button's Brawn, those kind of things are really banner headline ones. And they're great to go out to the teams, negotiate and bring them into the museum, and seeing the reaction of the public is absolutely wonderful. Second role I have, more important actually, I look after our education program. So at the museum over 2024, we saw over 16,500 young people come to the museum, and that's for a STEM education program. So we're teaching young people about behind the scenes, under the skin of the sport. What makes these cars run? How do they work? How are little components designed? And more importantly, how can you get jobs in some of these areas? Can you get a job working for a Formula One team? Can you get jobs in the supply chain and opening up all of those science and tech jobs within the industry?
Isn't the UK great? All this in our own country.
It's amazing. The fact that UK and Silverstone in particular for me, everything's on the doorstep. I don't have to go far to go over to an engineering company or a race team, and it's all there. And you know, we're here at the Autosport show for 2025 this weekend, and everyone's here. You know, the amount of people I've spoken to, the amount of contacts I've made, and it's great that everyone is here and everyone's in the UK. And it is the banner. We get a lot of international visitors, international university students. They want to come and study here, because if you want to go and work in motorsport and the motoring industry, it is the banner headline place to be.
And obviously we're talking to the aftermarket. Where would F1 be without the aftermarket? I don't think people understand this, do they?
No, and as I understand, F1 to the UK economy is worth about £2 billion, but motorsport more widely is worth about 10 billion to the UK economy, and that's all in that supply chain, whether it be high-end engineering, composite manufacturing, and all of those other areas. And they are desperate for young people to find out about their industry and actually look at the opportunities. You could be working, one day you're working with a Formula 1 team, the next day you're working on submarines, the next day you're working on aeroplanes. But that's the reality of working for some of the manufacturing companies in these high-end engineering, composites, all of those kind of areas. The other area we really see a big growth in is sustainability, fuels and technologies around sustainability. And that really, really grabs the heart of a lot of young people. So a lot of the curriculum at school is based around that sustainability. And all of what we see, and certainly the contacts I have, people are really interested in that green energy and that technology.
And let's look at the education side. So that's another part of your role at Silverstone. How important is it that we set the future?
It's vital, from what I understand, from talking to people in the industry, people in the sport, and I do that day in, day out. It's vital, because without young people having an awareness of what they need to do at school, the qualifications they need to get, and the university opportunities that there are, without that, the industry won't survive. And it is so important to the UK economy and the worldwide economy that we're developing these technologies and young people are understanding what they can do. Because not only that, young people are also going to be the ones who are developing and changing the future. That sustainability, the different composite, the different materials, the way in which we work with them, they are going to be the future, and the way in which that we develop with all these things. The cars we're going to be driving in 15, 20 years time are going to be designed by people leaving school now.
And on the back of that, how important is it that you find the experience to be passed down to the students?
It's really, really important. Sometimes you have to pinch yourself to realise what you do as a job, and I have a fantastic opportunity. Being here at work at a place like this is brilliant. But, you get to work with wonderful cars, classic things like we've got behind us, and you work with modern bits of technology. But without having kind of that knowledge to pass on and trying to be inspiring, it sounds big-headed, but I really try to do that. Try to actually say, look, I've done this. This was my journey and my route. How about you trying different things? One thing I do notice that, you work with universities, schools and colleges now, I'd say it's much easier. When I was 15, 16, 17 years old, it was a case of walking around pit garages at Silverstone, handing out your CV on paper. Nowadays, there are so many ways to get in touch with these people. Email everyone uses. You can change your CV online really quickly. But the universities and colleges have so many more courses that actually get people under the skin of the sport, get them to actually play with racing cars, play with technology, work with different companies. So many universities and colleges now have companies coming into them to explain what they're doing and showcase what they're doing. It's such a good way of showing young people this is what's out there. I wish that had been there when I was younger.
And we're only going to grow because we've got the EV technology coming in now. Hydrogen is also being developed, so we don't know where that's going to go. But the old traditional sport's not going to go away, is it? This is going to be added to it.
No, one of the things I've done a lot of work on recently has been synthetic fuels. So we've got hydrogen, we've got EV, but this idea of taking a fuel that is a non-carbon emitting fuel, huge amount of interest amongst the petrochemical companies for that kind of development. And if you could take your normal road car, needing no modification, no development at all, but just put a different type of fuel in it that has no carbon emissions, that's an additional way forward, along with the EV, along with the hydrogen, hydrogen. Those kind of developments are really exciting.
Rob, the future's bright, isn't it? The future's F1 and the future's automotive.
Absolutely, and motorsport taking that kind of cutting edge technology and putting that into the automotive industry and developing it, absolutely the future's bright.
Good luck with the education programme. Keep teaching people that it's a massive world out there. Get involved.
Thank you.
For tools and machinery, come to Machine Mart. Experts in our 65 superstores help you choose from the vast range, including air compressors, tool chests, stoves, welders, generators, water pumps, heaters, power tools, and much, much more. Or just order by phone or online. Look out for our money-saving special offers. Our free catalogue contains hundreds of price cuts and great new products. Or visit our website with thousands more specialist products in Machine Mart Extra. Shop in-store, online, or call.
James, you've just given a fascinating talk about how you're the IAAF Conference. No problem at all. Tell us more.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that I wanted to communicate here is that AI isn't something we should be afraid of, but it's also something we should be really considerate about. You know, when you bring something new like this into the organisation at the speed that it's evolved, naturally people are going to be a bit sceptical. But also, they see the benefits from people sharing on social media, hearing about it over the dinner table. AI can do this for me, AI can help me in this area. And they don't always quite know, okay, well, that sounds good for you, but what does it mean for me?
Yeah.
And so what I want to try and share here, in particular for the aftermarket, where often this type of information doesn't kind of always get shared in these conferences, is to really tell people that this is a very early stage still in the process, and that we can all learn to use it, and we can use it in so many different parts of our organisation. It's not about having to hire a bunch of developers and build some application. It's actually just about adopting these general purpose tools into all of our lives and just making everything a little bit easier. And doing that, though, in a way that feels human as you do it.
I think it's like anything though, isn't it? It's a tool.
It is.
A lot of people are seeing it as bigger than that, as if they've got to rely on it. It's still your work you're putting out. So even if you've gone to ChatGPT and asked for some information, still check it, because it might not suit you. It might not even be your talk, the way you speak.
Yeah, well, definitely check them on that, because I think the checking of the information is one of those things that people often think about very in the early stages. Oh, I'm not sure I trust this, I'm going to check it, go check it. The problem is, as people use these things more, that begins to fade into the background, because you kind of get in the habit of using it, which is great. But it's about keeping that at the forefront and thinking about, if you're going to use it in your organisation, if you've got a bigger team, have you thought through, maybe have we got a policy in place? Have we thought through maybe some guidelines of where we're going to use it, where we're not going to use it? Just to help people get started and feel like they're actually equipped with not just the tool, but the information as well. None of you in one of the garages, right, wouldn't go handing someone a bunch of tools and not teach them how to use it. This is exactly the same with AI.
But garages, we say that, at least check it firstly, they need to use it.
Yeah.
Because as we move forward, the world's changing. I don't think we've ever seen a bigger change, especially in this industry. So they need to embrace it rather than say, I'm not using it, I've been in this industry too long, I know what I'm doing. Because they're not going to grow that way, are they?
Exactly. And if people are nervous about getting started, one of the things I often say to people is, think about one thing that you do every single week that takes a little bit more time than you wish it took. Right? Start there.
Yeah.
For some people, that might be filling out an order form. For other people, that might be looking at your accounts. For others, it might be, I've got one of my team is fallen pregnant. We don't have a maternity policy. I need to get started right or something. Right?
Yeah.
These things happen to all of us in life, and so maybe that's that thing that you start with. But find one thing, test it, learn, see how it's going, and then you'll feel much better equipped to bring it into lots of other parts of your business.
And I find the word test really is the key, because in this industry, test is the key word. MOT testers, servicing, so we're looking after what we're testing as well. It's take that philosophy into the technology side of things.
Absolutely. When you begin to work with these tools like ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini from Google, you need to treat them kind of like you would maintain a car, right? Over time, you need to make sure that, okay, have I gone back and checked the information I've been giving it? Are my account settings up to date? Have I deleted maybe the things that I don't want in there anymore? Just use those same types of principles that you would use for maintaining any other bit of technology, any other tool that you have in the garage, right? Think of it like that.
And obviously, you pointed out some of the failures in AI. The Saucy Fingers one's the famous one, of course. There's many others that I'm sure we probably both know about. And that, again, you have to be very careful. Like you do when you tyre pressure, you have to be very careful to correct tyre pressure.
That's right.
It's just like that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just like that. Looking at the tolerances, looking at whether or not it's the right tool for the right task, but above all, educate your people on how to use it.
Education is always the key.
Education.
And communication.
Absolutely.
Thanks for talking to us today. Cheers, James. Thank you.
Welcome to the story of Duckhams, a legacy over 125 years in the making. As we turn these pages, you'll see how a simple dream grew into a global symbol of innovation and quality. I'm Alexander Duckham, founder of this enduring legacy. Let's explore the milestones that shaped our future. For over a century, Duckhams has pushed the boundaries of innovation, constantly evolving to meet the demands of a changing world. What started as a vision for the finest British motor oil has become a brand prepared for the future. Today, Duckhams represents a legacy of resilience, built on generations of trust and craftsmanship, ready to face the challenges of tomorrow.
The legacy of the Duckhams brand stands for victory and triumph, as we mark an incredible milestone of 125 years, from developing industry-leading motor oils to sponsoring Formula One motorsport champions. Duckhams has been at the forefront of innovation, quality and technological advancement. At the heart of Duckhams lies a deep commitment to our core values: passionately British, an entrepreneurial spirit, witty, authentic and original. We cherish our roots while embracing a forward-thinking attitude. We are already developing new oils for future mobility, creating a seamless union where tradition meets tomorrow's future. It's great to see Duckhams' global footprint in several continents consolidating existing business and entering new countries. I have no doubt that together we will continue to build our key assets on brand, people, customers and our global partners, and keep winning together for the next 125 years.
I am happy to lead the company in the next growth phase as Duckhams celebrates 125 years of heritage and triumph. The brand's legacy makes it not only the trusted lubricant brand of the past, but also a contemporary winner in today's competitive landscape. Duckhams believes in winning together with a value proposition for its employees, for its stakeholders, and the business partners, workshops and consumers. Duckhams is expanding internationally with presence in continents with bespoke route-to-market models such as our joint venture, licensing agreements, and direct distributor channels to foster further growth. We are building our brand assets through premium motorsport sponsorship and innovative digital and field marketing initiatives that makes us among the top 4 brand choices in legacy markets. Lastly, but most importantly, our people assets. We have a diverse global team with domain experience from top multinational corporations in the oil and gas industry. And with this team, we are poised to keep winning together for the next 125 years.
It's an exciting time to be leading the marketing duties for this 125-year-old juggernaut called Duckhams. Duckhams is among the only 2 brands in lubricants which has 125 years of British legacy. We are building the brand through investments in motorsports and digital communication. Duckhams and motorsports have been synonymous to each other for decades, starting with the first land speed record, numerous Formula 1, British touring cars, British GT, and Thailand Superbike championships. We always had celebrated drivers like the legendary Ayrton Senna, James Hunt, John Surtees, and recently in 2023 Porsche Carrera Cup winner Adam Smalley.
I'm delighted to represent Duckhams as such an iconic global brand in the back of some very, very talented survivors.
Hi, I'm Dan Camish, and I recommend Duckhams. What an iconic brand to have. There's such nostalgia there in British motorsport,
Workshop mechanics are our key brand advocates, as they are the key influencers for brand choice. We have an innovative mobile application solution for workshops where they can scan a QR code on our bottle caps and earn various rewards and gifts. On our websites, we have a BRN vehicle registration number application for consumers and workshops to know the right oil for their vehicle.
For 125 years, Duckhams has been a pioneer of product innovation and excellence, carving a history of groundbreaking achievements from setting the land speed record to developing the world's first multigrade oil and the first synchro gear oil. Duckhams has consistently pushed the boundaries of possibility in the automotive industry. At the heart of our operations lie our manufacturing partners, strategically located in regions: Middle East, Asia, Europe. Performance is fundamental to our product offer. We have formulations approved by the leading OEMs such as Mercedes, VW, MAN, and a long list of many others. This collaboration with OEMs certifies Duckhams products meet and exceed the challenging lubrication requirements of today's modern engine. As a hallmark of our commitment to quality, we ensure technology and raw materials are sourced from globally renowned suppliers. Such examples are Infineon, Chevron, ExxonMobil, and Aramco. We use advanced formulations that are focused on high thermal stability and engine cleanliness. A cleaner engine will continue to operate at optimum efficiency to support economic fuel consumption. Our products are developed to support real-world benefits.
Today, we celebrate a remarkable milestone 125 years of Duckhams lubricants. From our humble beginning in 1899, trusted by millions of our innovation and quality. Our journey in Thailand has been particularly special. This achievement is a testament to the hard work, dedication, and trust of our team, partner, and customer. As we look to the future, we remain committed to upholding our high standard and continuing to serve customers in Thailand. Thank you for letting us a part of this incredible journey.
As we enter new geographies, Duckhams is becoming a global force, a symbol of legacy, trust, and innovation. I strive to create more than just a product. Our vision thrives not just in products, but in the belief that every milestone we achieve brings us closer to shaping the future of the industry.
As the exclusive importer of Duckhams in the UAE, I'm excited to be here today, talking about our incredible partnership with Duckhams.
which has been a game changer for our business. With its rich 125-year legacy, Duckhams has been well received by our customers. This acceptance has been a key factor for our success. The unwavering support from the brand and the team, whether through resources, trade offers or promotions, be it offline or via the loyalty app, Duckhams are instrumental to our growth. This strong partnership has enabled us to achieve our growth beyond expectations, making us one of the fastest growing lubricant brands in the country. Here's to many more years of successful partnership, winning together for the next 125 years and beyond.
With the continued support from the brand, we are able to service more customers and increase our footprint on cloud. I am very proud to be a part of Duckhams on its 125 years.
I dream of Duckhams becoming the benchmark for British engine lubricants, pushing the limits of automotive future. This is just the beginning, and I know our journey will lead us to greatness.
For tools and machinery, come to Machine Mart. Experts in our 65 superstores help you choose from the vast range, including air compressors, tool chests, stoves, welders, generators, water pumps, heaters, power tools, and much, much more. Or just order by phone or online. Look out for our money-saving special offers. Our free catalogue contains hundreds of price cuts and great new products. Or visit our website with thousands more specialist products in Machine Mart Extra. Shop in-store, online, or call.
Alistair, we're at the GSF Car Parts Press Day. You've made us feel very welcome. What a success story.
Yeah, but we're not complacent. It's been a great year. A ton of projects that have had to be landed. A lot more in the tank. But yeah, we're very pleased, but not taking anything for granted. Lots more work to do.
One thing I've noticed is that there's a massive issue in the industry with recruitment and people, development people, and diversity. You seem to have cracked that. How have you done that?
I think when you've got a business that's growing so much, you've got a lot of opportunities around greenfields, new sites, new bunches of people, bring them together. And I think, when we've opened these new sites and you go in on day one or day -1, you've got a whole new team in there. It's exciting. They're on like a new adventure. A lot of them might know each other or they've known each other from different places. But a lot of them may have been in the same place for quite a few years. So it's an exciting new chapter for these guys. They can see the investment, they can see the momentum, they can see the excitement, and that's certainly helped us pull in some really good new people.
So even though GSF is a well-established company, been around for many years, it's almost like a fresh start, a new page.
Yeah, it is. But again, I suppose on the flip side, there are still so many good people who have been here for a long time.
Yes.
Who I hope now feel more energised and supported because they've been through so much change. I was at our managers conference at the weekend and I made the point that GSF is incredibly resilient to change. It's been through family ownership, to private equity, to North American ownership. It took a bit of a battering through COVID, and now, it's Sukpal, Steve, Paris, new team, and so far I think they feel okay, good. These guys are in for the long term, and that's a good thing.
But despite all that, it's still here.
Yeah,
and there's something said about that.
Yeah, no, it's that resilience, and I think there was a really, really strong backbone within this business, despite all of those changes, and without that, we wouldn't have been able to land all the projects and grow the business so significantly if there wasn't that really kind of strong nucleus of existing people within GSF.
And how long have you been in the business for now?
I've been here for 10 months, feels like 10 years, but yeah, it's been a real whirlwind, and I've been in automotive for about 10 years now, and I was in technology in the kind of early stage startup world before, and I remember in the first few weeks of being here, I'm kind of saying to like friends and family, it's like, yeah, this GSF place is just like it's like a massive startup.
Yeah.
It's got that kind of startup mentality, which is good.
And obviously it's been very fast paced compared to your previous automotive experience, has it?
Well, I mean, my last one was also quite fast paced,
Okay.
but this is just fast paced on a very larger scale.
Yeah.
Which I didn't actually think was even possible. But yeah, I mean, the numbers speak for themselves in terms of the growth. So yeah, but I think the people here, they soak up that pace. It's not a place if you just want to kind of chill out and just kind of plod along. But all of those branches I met in the first few weeks all had this kind of like steel about their personalities. They wanted to drive the number. They were really, really keen to embrace all of the investment. And again, it's played through in the performance.
And obviously it's been a very aggressive expansion, there's no doubt about that. And obviously aggressive recruitment strategies. The next 12 months, I know that you need a day off, a few days off over Christmas, but what about the company? How does it see the next 12 months? How does it continue that recruitment strategy, especially with the problems that are out there that are known?
Yeah, I mean, I think we'll be fine. It'll be more around back to trading now that these large milestone projects have been kind of landed. There will be more greenfields. In greenfields, we will have to do our best to attract good talent, which I'm confident that we will do. But it'll be more back to business as usual and just kind of driving the growth based on all the investments we put in this year.
Steve, GSF, thank you very much for the press day today. It's been fascinating to see behind the scenes. Why is it going on?
Why is it going on? So, Sutwell and I have the automotive car parts in our blood.
Yeah.
And, I've moved out of the industry a couple of times, but there's something that has always pulled us both back in. And when we saw the opportunity with GSF, it's always been a good company, but we knew with the right investment and a bit of magic that we hoped we could bring, we could really make a difference to the market. And that's exactly what we've done.
But this has got you and Sutpal written all over it, not corporate, not a company. It's got your individuality. Where does the passion come from? Tell us about your good self.
The passion comes from the industry itself and service in the industry. And actually frustrations from where we've been previously and seeing the customer not being served as well as they could be. And I know that sounds nice to say, but it's true.
Yeah.
This is a great industry to be in. We service a base of customers in mobility that without us, they couldn't afford to travel and to run their cars. So I think we provide an essential service, and our passion and why we wanted to come back in the industry was to make sure that the service well, and we could see that service was drifting from others.
But you've done that by actually withdrawing yourself from the process and just thinking customer to part to manufacturer.
I was asked a question earlier, why do you do it? I get out of bed every morning early. I love coming to work and I love seeing the results of what we do. And this is one of those industries where you can directly see the improvements you make go right the way through to the customer. And it's just a huge passion that I have to do it. And, you talk about my passion. Sutpal, you have never seen anyone like it. That man is just full of passion, and if you cut off his arm, it will bleed aftermarket. He just loves it, and is, people talk about legend in, quite a blasé way. He is a legend of this industry, and when you look what he's done from one shop in 1978 to how he's changed the industry, it's amazing.
It's fair to say it's been an aggressive 12 months. Which is like anything when you expand in the way you have. But it seems to be an enjoyable 12 months, which is very strange for such an aggressive plan. That's not just come from you and Sutpal, has it? That's come from your recruitment philosophies, the way you think about the business. You've driven everything through the business itself as well, haven't you?
We have, and we're lucky because people believed in what we wanted to achieve. And, we have made a lot of changes in people, but we knew we wanted the right people who had our passion and could work at our speed, and I think that's the team we've got today. But enjoyable is because our experience, we've made the mistakes. So we like to think coming into GSF, a lot what we do will get right first time more often than we would do. And that makes it more enjoyable, because when you've got to go through the learnings, it's never always enjoyable. But I think we've made our mistakes.
What's your proudest achievement over the 12 months? I know there's a lot, but what's your proudest?
Probably where we are today.
Yeah.
You know, I look at what's happened in the industry, how long it's taken people to come to market with this kind of central distribution model. We got the keys at the end of May, started work June, and today we are now serving every 194 of our branches. You know, I am really proud. I'm proud of what the team's done here, because without a great team, we couldn't have achieved that.
Even when I ask a question about your proudest achievements, it's about the team and it's about the branches.
I can't do anything without the team. You know, I'm one person. If I haven't got a team doing and executing what I want to do, it means nothing. So it is about the team.
Steve, it's a hell of a philosophy to have. Congratulations to you and good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello everybody, today we're going to talk about the bane of every mechanic's life, locking wheel nuts. This new kit from Laser Tools is the ultimate tool to remove even the most difficult locking wheel nuts or bolts. It comes with internal and external centering guides to help drill down the middle of the wheel nut or bolt. The kit also comes with steel drill bits which have a carbide cutting insert. These are suitable for drilling hard steel coatings. A great tool for when wheel nut sockets are damaged or missing. Once drilled, we can insert one of the ribbed steel extractors by using the extractor holder with a hammer. And now the wheel nut or bolt can be extracted from the vehicle. Once removed, we can then use the extractor removal tool to separate them. The Laser Tools 8912 locking wheel nut removal kit.
Tony Bogle, a legend of the industry. Thank you. 35 years. Yeah. How's 2024 been? Looking back to the last few years and beyond that, and how's 2025 looking for you?
It's a good question, actually. There's been a lot of challenges in the industry generally. We're going through another period of consolidation. The bigger companies are getting bigger. But again, as an independent independent market, there are opportunities there as well. So 2024, I think, we're seeing independents growing as well as the bigger nationals and multinationals as well. So the aftermarket has got a lot of opportunities there. It's an important industry, as we were listening this morning as well.
Do you think now is the time for the industry to grow up and mature? It's at that stage now where we've got a lovely platform, we've got to take advantage of opportunities, we've got to take advantage of. I thought we need to mature, welcome new technologies, and just be more inclusive of everything, really.
See, that's a good question. I think as an industry now, we've got to take on some responsibilities as an industry. People don't see the automotive aftermarket as big as an industry as it is and as important as it is for the UK. Again, as we were talking this morning in the conference, we've got our environmental issues to look at, which is very, very critical now. It's something that the automotive industry has always had a bad reputation for. So perhaps we just need to change the agenda a little bit there and say, look, we're being proactive about our responsibilities out there in assisting the improvement of the environment.
And of course, a lot of issues in 2024 been around recruitment, and that's great, and we've had the people on there. Do we offer enough to people as well as an industry? Do you think perhaps in that way we could make it more welcoming for individuals to join?
I think the industry is trying, but it's the reputation, the perception that people have out there. You know, mechanicking has been a sort of a vocational career, and it's not had the same prestige as maybe some other careers have. But now, it's not like that. It's not one of those industries where you get your hands dirty anymore.
No, it's not.
You know, it's a lot more complex. You look at a car these days, it's not mechanical. You're virtually driving a computer on wheels, so the technology's there, but it's not just the vehicle. There's a lot of support. There's the aftermarket, there's the parts, there's the training. So there are a lot of opportunities for individuals to get involved in the motor industry generally.
And you say you've been in the industry 35 years, and we spoke just. How are you still embracing new technology? How do you keep that enthusiasm about yourself, Tony? Because you're a very outgoing person, you love the industry. 35 years with all the changes that are happening now, how are you keeping up?
It's actually more challenging and it's more exciting as well. Look at a car for over 100 years. It's virtually the same with the technology, the way it was running. And over this last few years now, we're going through a period where there's so much excitement in the industry in the way that technology is changing. And it brings with it challenges. But then you go into work and every day there's a new challenge there. I mean, people know me for remanufacturing and starters and alternators. And even there, just a basic alternator, it brings in its own challenges now because of the way the technology is being introduced into even a small component like that. So it's exciting times, really.
So you're going to see the industry through this challenging times, and then is that Tony Vogel industry finished?
I don't know. I'd like to think I've got a few years yet, and what I really, really want to do is just to push the environmental and the remanufacturing agenda, because remanufacturing's got a very, very important role to play in going forward in terms of our carbon reduction targets. And also, when you look at a remanufactured product, maybe 60% of that particular item is reused as well. So when you count all the energy that's gone into manufacturing it and producing it in the first place, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know how much energy you're saving and how much carbon reduction there is there as well. And again, that message needs to go out there into the industry, but then into the wider population as well, so that remanufactured product becomes a lot more acceptable.
I knew the answer. I knew you would have given us anything, really. Tony, you've been an absolute legend in the industry. Keep going. Keep educating people.
Thank you very much for your kind words.
Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers.